All right, guys, by now I have about probably 10 to 12 days playing every day with the new Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. I should know pretty much everything about this phone, so that's why I decided to call this a review all you need to see and all you need to know about the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. This is my complete review. Let's go ahead and start right now. And this is a tool that they included this year. It looks a little bit different and actually like it better. So basically we press right here and we pull this out. So as you guys can see, this is a double tray. You can put the SIM card on the bottom part and the micro SD card on the top part. So that's the dual function tray for the SIM card and micro SD card. Alright, so one of the main selling points of this phone is the camera. Like I said before, 5 megapixel front facing camera wide angle. That hasn't changed. It's still the same wide angle camera and 7 megapixel that we had on the previous version, which I happen to have right here, the Edge Plus. But now we have a 12 megapixel rear camera. A couple of new things on the camera, but also a few things that I don't like, and I think a lot of people don't like. So access to the camera, we get a quick access right here by double pressing the home button. This is how the interface looks like. I don't want to spend too much showing you guys how the interface. You can actually pause the video if you want. But it takes pictures pretty quick. To be honest with you, I don't find that the pictures are faster, or it takes a picture faster than the previous version. But the most important thing here to highlight is the modes. We have the Pro mode. Everything else we already had before. And by the way, since we're looking at this, you see download right here. A lot of people don't pay attention to that. If you click right there, that's going to take you to the Samsung applications, and you can download more modes, as you see right here. So back to the camera. Like I said, click on mode. The Pro option is the most important one here to highlight. You can go ahead and change multiple things here. And there is changing the ISO. So as you guys can see, you can also control the focus manually. And you can also add some really cool filters right here. So this is in the Pro mode. If we go back to the auto mode, you also get effects right here, which are really good. You get the HDR, the timer, the flash. Now, like I said before, a couple of things that I don't like and a lot of people are complaining. It's the fact that the maximum resolution for pictures, you only get at 4.3 aspect ratio in comparison to the Edge Plus. You get the full resolution 16 megapixel at 16 by 9 aspect ratio. So that's one thing to complain right here with the camera. You get the 12 megapixel but only at 4.3. If you want to get 16 by 9 aspect ratio, you have to go down to 9.1. Other than that, here's a look at the front facing camera. And it takes the pictures really quick. We get the same modes that we got before. If we click right here on mode, you get the selfie, wide selfie, video, collage, live broadcast, and virtual shot. I'm going to be including some samples of pictures and videos later. So let's go ahead and take a look at something else now. Okay, so another thing that is new here with this phone, they included something called Game Launcher. Basically what this does right here, it's grouped together all the different games that you have downloaded on the phone. And if you see right here, it says save power during games. So if you click right there, this is going to give you different power saving options. You can put it on off. Basically, you know, nothing is changing. It's you get all the power. If you put it in the save power, resolution is low and frame rate it's 30 frames per second. The first one, when it's off, you're getting 60 frames per second for the game zone. And then save maximum power, the resolution is gonna be extremely low. The frame rate, it's also gonna be 30 frames per second. So this is gonna give you the option to control how much power you wanna save when you're playing game zone. Also, if we click right there on the settings, this is gonna give you different options. One of the things that it's really cool about this, I'm not I don't like playing games, but the people that like playing games, if you're in the middle of playing a game and you get a phone call or a text, it's not gonna kick you out of the game. So that's a game launcher. That's something new that they included. I don't know if it's just with this phone or if it's something included with the Android 6. Okay, so something else new here on this phone, it's called Always on Display. Basically, it's going to display the time, the date, battery percentage. You can even display the whole calendar. I don't know if this is something with Android 6 or it's just something new on the S7. But here it is. I'm showing right now the time, the date, and the battery percentage. Now, one thing to mention, I actually didn't know about this and just found out. If you go down here to the quick settings and you click, there's always on display. If you turn that off, or let's say it's on, and you turn on power saving mode, always on display gets turned off. And it says right there, if you try to turn it on, that it doesn't work when the power saving mode is on. So it only works in the high performance mode, which doesn't really make sense because, they try to say that doesn't really consume the battery. But, it will be better if you can use it in the power saving mode. But that's always on display. Now, you can always change the look on that if you go down here into the settings, go here to display and wallpaper, go down right here, always on display, click there. Content to show. If you click right there, you can show the clock, the calendar, or even an image. So we have right now the clock. You can also choose the clock style right here. So we have all these clocks. And let's go back here quick. So let's go ahead and choose the calendar. And if we go back and lock the screen, now you have the calendar right there. So that's always on display. All right, here's a quick look at the S Health application. As you guys know, we have the heart rate monitor on the back. It's the same than last year, but let's go ahead and do a little demonstration right here. So we put the finger right there. And as you guys can see, it's measuring right now my heart rate. Hopefully, I'm not too high. We'll find out. So 88 beats per second, so that's the S Health application. Of course, it can record too the steps and all that, as you guys can see right here, showing you the calories and all that. Really nice application, the S Health. All right, another thing I want to show you is that you can capture screenshots by moving your hand over the screen and also by pressing the power button and the home button at the same time. So if you swipe your hand over the screen, it captures a screenshot. And there is the screenshot right here. You can go ahead and share it, edit, or delete. You can also do it by pressing the power and the home button at the same time. And there it is. So that's how you capture a screenshot, two different ways to do it. All right, so we were talking about the camera earlier, and there's one thing that I forgot to mention. I want to show you guys this. This is something really quick, and a lot of people are not aware of this. So when you have the camera open, as you guys can see, I have two objects right here. One is a red pepper, which I love. The other one is a garlic, which I love too. And by the way, take a look at that. It's focusing on the garlic right now. I move it here. Now it's focusing on the red pepper. It's focusing on the garlic, focusing on the red pepper. So the autofocus is really quick. Now, one thing you can do is you can tap on the screen and keep your finger there pressing, and you lock the autofocus. So if I face to the garlic, it's blur. It gives you that blur effect. If I tap right here, now I can change the focus on the garlic, and the red pepper, it's a blur. So really cool option available there with the camera. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the performance of the phone. Let's take a look at Quadrant and Tudo, and also play some high graphic games. I have the phone right now in the high performance mode. Power saving mode, it's off. All right, guys, so we have some results here, and let's take a look at these. 27,035 points. 27,035 points. Let's go ahead and take a look at Antutu. Alright guys, here are the results for Anturu. Take a look at that huge score. I actually really wanted to be doing this review outside earlier, but it was too windy, so the weather is better right now, so let's go ahead and move outside and let's start playing some high graphic games. Alright my friends, another cool thing that I want to show you about this phone is the access to the fingerprint scanner using the home button. Let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. Alright, let's take a look at the fingerprint scanner, which is right here on the home button. So we're going to go ahead and access the settings, lock screen and security, fingerprints. We're going to add a fingerprint. Hi guys, so now we added the fingerprint scanner. Let's go ahead and lock the phone here. And let's go ahead and try to access, testing the thumb here. So as you guys can see, it's working pretty good. Try to unlock it, put the finger right here, it unlocks the phone right away. Alright, I'm sure you guys would agree with me that probably the most significant feature on this super nice phone is probably the waterproof feature. I have a glass of water right there, so why don't we go ahead and put the phone inside of the glass. Alright guys, let's go ahead and do this test. I'm sure one of the questions that a lot of people have, and they ask me about some waterproof tests that I did before, is, you know, how they manage to make the phone waterproof and the water doesn't go inside of the audio jack, the USB port, or even the speakerphone. To be honest with you, I don't know the exact answer to that, but my guess is that these ports are permanently sealed inside. So unless you plug something, there is sealed inside. That's why, you know, when you put it in water, there's nothing going inside because they are sealed. Unless you plug the audio jack, unless you plug the USB port, then they're not making connection with anything. So let me go ahead and put the phone inside of this glass of water. Are you guys ready? Here we go. And there it is. So right now the phone is completely underwater. Let's go ahead and take a different shot here and show you. So as you guys can see from there, the phone is underwater. It's completely underwater right now. I believe the underwater or waterproof feature, it's available for about 30 minutes up to 1.5 meters. Now, one thing that I can answer for you guys, a lot of people ask me if you can actually use the camera and record underwater. The answer to that is you can and cannot. When I say that you can and cannot, it's because technically you can. I mean, the phone is waterproof. It's already underwater. The screen is not its own. You can start the recording before you put the phone underwater. The problem is, as you are moving the phone underwater, the water is running over the screen and activating the touch. So it might kick you out of the camera. So that's why I'm saying you can and cannot. All right, let's take a look at the voice search and also using the GPS. What's the weather like?
It's 66 degrees and sunny in Bellevue.
What's the population of China?
The population of China was 1.357 billion in 2013.
Navigate to Miami, Florida.
Navigating to Miami.
So as you guys can see, it's opening everything really quick.
Head east.
Text Eric.
What's the message?
Hi, how are you?
Got it. Do you want to send it or change it?
I'm gonna say no. All right, my friends, last but not least, let's take a look here at the multi-window feature. Pressing right there the recent applications. And from this point, we can go ahead and click, for example, right here on Maps. And then on the bottom one, we can click on YouTube. So as you guys can see, we are looking at YouTube at the bottom, and we're looking at Maps on the top. Alright my friends, that's all I have for right now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and click on like. So final conclusions on this beautiful phone. Do I love the phone? I will say I love the phone, but I have a couple of complaints. So I don't like the fact that the maximum resolution for the picture is only in the aspect ratio of 4:3 instead of 16:9. I don't like the fact that they did not include the quick charge 3.0 on this phone, and I wish the screen was at least 5.7. Other than that, I think this is the best phone available right now. Thank you guys, and I will see you later.